Late April baseball usually gives us our first real grip on who these rosters actually are, and tonight's series opener between the Tampa Bay Rays and Cleveland Guardians forces us to pick a side. On one side, Tampa Bay comes in hot. They sit at 16-11 and are riding a 4-game win streak. Then you have Cleveland. They're a respectable 15-14, but they've stumbled recently, dropping their last 2 games. A quick glance at the standings suggests these two teams are passing each other in opposite directions. So if you're looking to place a wager or build a fantasy lineup tonight, you have to decide, do you trust the team with all the visible momentum, or do you dig under the hood and trust the granular metrics? The sportsbooks have already made their choice. Despite dropping their last 2, Cleveland is a heavy favorite tonight at -136. The red-hot Rays are sitting at +113. ESPN's matchup predictor backs that up, giving the Guardians a nearly 63% probability of winning this game outright. For an average fan, this creates some friction. The visual eye test tells you to back the team winning games, but the odds demand you pay a premium for the team that just lost 2 straight. The odds makers haven't made a scheduling error. They are pricing in a massive statistical disparity that you can't see in the win-loss column. To figure out who actually has the edge, we have to throw out the team standings entirely and focus squarely on the mound. The math begins with Cleveland's starting pitcher, Parker Messick. This chart compares tonight's starting pitchers. Messick's column practically glows, boasting a 1.76 ERA and 29 strikeouts. But the crucial metric is WHIP, walks and hits per inning pitched. Messick's staggering 0.88 WHIP keeps batters off the base paths entirely. Look across the diamond at Tampa Bay's Steven Matz. His ERA sits at 4.81 and WHIP jumps to 1.23. Those base runners are a problem because Matz has a severe vulnerability to the long ball, giving up 5 home runs in just 24 1/3 innings. By comparison, Messick allowed exactly 1. Cleveland is handing the ball to a reliable, shut-down pitcher. Tampa Bay is sending out a starter who consistently puts runners on base and gives up extra base hits. That pitching mismatch compounds when we look at how these two offenses operate. Tampa Bay comes into tonight hitting .258 as a team, resulting in 132 runs. Their entire philosophy relies on contact. They try to string together singles instead of waiting for a homer. This bar chart outlines power disparity between the two clubs. Tampa Bay only has 26 home runs, which is a massive problem tonight. A contact-heavy strategy requires batters to reach base safely, and Parker Messick's .88 WHIP proves he simply doesn't let that happen. Cleveland operates differently. They have a lower team average at .231, but they generate significantly more power, tallying 30 home runs on the season. That power runs straight through the middle of their lineup, anchored by third baseman Jose Ramirez and his 6 home runs. When you pair a lineup built to hit the ball over the fence with a pitcher like Steven Matz, who regularly gives up home runs, the math gets very tough for Tampa Bay. Cleveland's swing for the fences approach is structurally designed to exploit Matz's weaknesses. Meanwhile, Tampa Bay's need for consecutive hits walks right into the teeth of Messick's elite control. Player stats give us the foundation, but we also have to factor in the environment at Progressive Field. Cleveland has protected their home turf well this year, putting together a solid 8-5 record in their own building. Tampa Bay has been perfectly average on the road, sitting at 8-7 away from Tropicana Field. That brings us back to the lingering doubt. Tampa Bay did just win 4 straight games against Minnesota and Cincinnati, but over the course of a 162-game season, a few good days against mid-tier rosters won't protect you when you run into an elite, unfavorable pitching matchup. Between the Guardians' home field advantage and a massive edge on the mound, the math completely neutralizes any momentum the Rays packed in their suitcases. Let's step away from the raw numbers and translate all this data into an actionable game plan for your daily fantasy sports lineups tonight. If you are building a lineup, actively avoid drafting Tampa Bay hitters tonight. Facing Messick gives them a terrible statistical ceiling, making them a wasted investment. Instead, use your budget to anchor your pitching slots with Parker Messick. He offers a high-floor, reliable return on your salary cap. This quadrant chart maps DFS draft cost against expected output. You can see Jose Ramirez sitting comfortably up here in the high-reward zone. Target Cleveland's power hitters to capitalize on their matchup against Matz. The winning DFS strategy tonight requires paying up for Cleveland's power threats and completely fading the illusion of Tampa Bay's team hot streak. If you are looking strictly at the money line, the decision follows the exact same logic. We started by questioning why a red-hot Rays team is sitting at plus 113, while the stumbling Guardians demand minus 136. Now we know that paying the minus 136 premium for Cleveland is actually a mathematically sound investment based on the severe starting pitching disparity. Do not let the temptation of plus money trick you into backing a team just because they won a few games over the weekend. In baseball, narrative momentum and winning streaks inevitably break. Elite pitching metrics sustain over time. Trust the numbers and back Cleveland tonight.